This is no longer just a trade war. It has transformed into a battle of dominance, a clash between two visions for the future of global power. And on April 15th, the battlefield shifted dramatically. The United States has just unleashed an economic weapon unlike anything we've seen before, a 245% tariff on Chinese imports. Not 25, not 100, 245%. And behind this number lies not just policy, but strategy, retaliation, and a statement. We will dictate the rules of this game. But China? China is not backing down. It's regrouping, recalibrating, and prepared to strike back, not just economically, but diplomatically and ideologically. Part 1. The tariff strike, where diplomacy dies. So, it has begun. On April 15th, the United States unleashed a devastating economic strike, a 245% tariff on Chinese imports. This is not a negotiation tactic. This is a declaration, a message carved into steel. We will not yield. The White House claims it's about fairness. But fairness is a word used by the powerful to justify destruction. Behind closed doors, this is war by another name. Yet China did not fall silent. They responded not with fear, but with calculation. Anonymous voices from Beijing reached Bloomberg. China is willing to talk. But understand this clearly. They are not begging. They are posturing. President Xi Jinping understands power. He knows peace without strength is defeat in disguise. And so he extends a hand, but his other hand holds a blade. This is not diplomacy. This is strategic positioning. And the battlefield is the global economy. Part 2. The conditions of conflict. If there is to be a truce, it will be on China's terms. And they've made their demands clear. Respect, unity, control. No more cabinet members throwing slurs like darts. No more second-tier hawks speaking louder than the president himself. China demands one voice, one face, one purpose from the U.S. Only then will they meet. Only then will she stand beside Trump for the world to see. But understand, the Chinese view this not as a tariff war. No, to them, this is existential. This is about survival. They believe U.S. policies are designed not to compete, but to contain, to crush modernization, to cage China's rise with walls of steel and ink. And so, the terms are political, not just economic. They demand silence on Taiwan. They demand that America stop questioning the legitimacy of the Communist Party. They demand the United States stop pretending it's the world's moral compass. And unless these conditions are met, there will be no peace. Part 3. Two faces of a nation. Publicly, China speaks of harmony. Privately, it sharpens its sword. Xiao Baolong, Hong Kong's voice, said this with fire. This is not about tax. It's about our life. These are not the words of a diplomat. These are the words of a warrior, spoken not to the world, but to the people, to prepare them for hardship, to stir the winds of nationalism, to make them believe that survival is resistance and compromise is death. But here's the brilliance. By speaking through Hong Kong, not Beijing, they create distance. They ignite their people while preserving the mass of diplomacy. This is two-level communication. Rage at home, restraint abroad. Part 4. Chess in the dark. While the West celebrates tariffs and claps in echo chambers, China is not idle. Xi Jinping has already made his move, visiting 3 Southeast Asian countries, reinforcing trade routes, aligning economies, forging new alliances. The U.S. tightens one noose, and China threads 10 escape ropes. And then, a sudden shift. China replaces its chief trade negotiator. Wang Shouwen out. Li Qinggang in. Why? Because when the old guard fails, new blood must rise. Li is known for battling U.S. rhetoric at the WTO with brutal precision. The battlefield has changed, so the commander must too. This is how empires adapt. Not through emotion, but through cold, strategic reconfiguration. Part 5. The fallout begins. And now the walls begin crack. Yes, China posted a 5.4% GDP growth in Q1. But strip away the paint and you'll see the rot. Quarter-on-quarter growth, only 1.2%, before the full tariff impact even landed. Then came April. Cargo throughput at ports, down 9.68%. Containers, down 6%. And this is just the beginning. Phones and laptops may have escaped the 245% hammer, but they still face heavy burdens. Toys, once harmless, now carry 145% tariffs. Syringes, critical medical tools, face the full force of the new tax, 245%. Steel, aluminum, car parts, clothing, everything has a cost now. And these costs don't disappear. They bleed into U.S. stores, into manufacturing lines, into your wallet. This isn't just China's burden. It's a double-edged sword, and both nations are gripping the blade. But the U.S. believes pain is leverage, that if it tightens hard enough, China will fold. But ask yourself this: when you corner a dragon, do you expect it to beg or to burn the world around it?